We are ready, Master.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. We're here at DTT during the Vochi to continue discussing learning from Master YongHua, the Pure Land teachings. We're on slide 430. Let's continue with this section. Yesterday, he talked about the dragons, the 10 dragon disciples he has, and on how they are Dharma protectors. That therefore, if his disciples are sincere enough, the dragon will provide them with support. Okay, and they will help them out. And so he also, for proof, he talked about his 2 disciples. I'm from this section here, this slide 430 here, that tells me who they are. They are Heng Shu and Heng Chao back then. They did 3 steps, one about pilgrimage from which section is that? Oh yeah, LA to San Francisco. No? CTTB. Is that right? It's been a while. I have a way of erasing things that I don't like anymore. Sorry. To lighten my load. So they did a bound pilgrimage from LA to the CTTB. The previous one was from Seattle to somewhere. San Francisco too? Okay, thank you. And so this slide here refers to, he says, the last 3 or 4 months of their pilgrimage, it didn't rain at all. Okay, this tells me that those are the 2, Heng Shu and Heng Chao, because by the time, and this is interesting information for me, by the time they bowed from LA and by the time they got close to San Francisco, about 3 or 4 months away from San Francisco, that's when one of them became enlightened. And that's why the dragons became respectful and chose not to make it rain where he was bowing. Okay, and so that's why. So this is new information for me. So it took them about 2.5 years, almost 3 years, I'd say. Maybe 3.5 years. I don't remember anymore. It's just so long ago. It's not that important. But it took them like years to go to do the bowing every day, and except for a few short breaks, they were allowed to go back to LA or something to take a break or something for some reasons. And so it took them about 2 or 3 years to become enlightened. And by the time, so they were doing this every single day. Okay, they were praying for world peace, whatever it means. Okay, did the world become more peaceful to you in the 77? We should be doing it. You know, what the world is happening right now, you know. Would you like to do it? Would you like to do it? Your level is higher than theirs when they first started, so, you know, you can do it. So anyway, so it took them about 2 or 3 years to get to 1G. You know, interesting? So when you get there to that level, you know, the 1G people, they are special. So the dragon protectors showed their admiration and their encouragement, if you will. Still pretty low for dragons, but we're low lives. That's the best we can do. Okay? But when they stop cultivating, they stop bowing, it rained. You see, it's very clear. This is the nature of your blessings. If you have blessings, then you see a direct relationship between your karmas and the results right away. Okay? Once you moved on, the sky cleared. What happened to Seattle? They went to Seattle or? I know that the other two did not become enlightened. Okay, so anyway, maybe I'm wrong, maybe Master YongHua is too old, I don't know. Doesn't matter, okay? But the point he's making here is that the dragons follow you and pay attention to you. Okay? Mahayana is very subtle. We don't have like a procession or anything that pompous like that. Okay, you should know it because these forces are humongous. Okay, I'm trying not to scare you, but the Eightfold Divisions, the dragons, the ghosts and spirits of the heavens, meaning the good ones. Okay, the ghosts and spirits who are from the heavens, and they really listen to him, and the Eightfold Divisions, all the other spirits as well. They really listen to Master YongHua. He's pretty well known, well respected. Okay, at a young age, when he was teaching this, I imagine he was in his 40s. So at the age of 40, he was pretty well known. He started at the age of 9, 6 and 9, whatever. Okay, so it's been a long time. Started practicing at 6. The 6-page chart came to teach him at the age of 6, taught him 1 or 2 hand and eye, and then so she started about 5, 6, and 40, so over 3 decades. Okay, pretty impressive. All right? And you don't fool around with the Eightfold Division. If you're worthy, they'll come and support you because that's their jobs. Their jobs is to support the true cultivators. I mean, the not true cultivators, the false cultivators, they also support as well, but to a lesser extent. Okay? And the point being that you need a certain amount of protection before you can fend for yourself. Very much like our children need our support, our protection, until they can fend for themselves. Okay, that's our jobs. Same thing with the Eightfold Division. That's not spoken enough. We think we're in this, our small world, we think we're so special, that we're famous and have money and disciples. Actually, we get a lot of help, a lot more help than we realize. Okay? You sometimes cannot hear me, but these ghosts and spirits all listen to me. How is that? How many languages does he speak? There's no chat GPT back then. So how do they understand him? If you believe it. Speaking of chat GPT, how do you find time to come here? Look at that, he's so tired already. How many languages? You know, there's so many. Eightfold Division, meaning there are 8 different types of beings, spiritual beings. The gods, have different types of gods from different heavens, okay, which don't necessarily speak the same language. And then there's Kinnaras, Moragaras, Yakshas, and so forth, all sorts of spirits and ghosts and so on. And so how can they understand him? Anyone else? Isn't it cool? It's a kind of different world, isn't it? You guys listen, really, that'd be cool. But don't worry. By the time you get to 1G, ChatGPT will be able to do translation for you on the fly, like to put your name tag here, your ID here, so that you don't get shot at by the friendlies. And you have instantaneous translation on all languages. You don't need to learn English anymore by then. Okay? So how do they know? How do they understand him? How is it possible? Don't you need time to learn a language? Yes, ma'am. 6.
Master, at that level, are they still communicating through languages, or are they communicating through other methods?
What do you think? How do you think they communicate? It's a different world, isn't it? Interesting. For us, it's that, do you se habla inglés? Huh? What do you think? Very good. When we communicate, we think. Okay? A thought comes first, and then it gets translated through a language. So first level is thought. Second layer is the language that you want to reach out. Okay? And so that's how we communicate. All right? And so if you understand this process, then these beings, there's another way of communicating by thoughts. You don't need the languages. People just know. Okay? They just understand. Okay? And so that transcends distances. Because when you have sound, there's a limitation. Whereas you hear, sit in meditation, and then you can reach out to someone else very far away by thoughts. Very much like when we recite the Buddha's name, like we've been doing, what happens? We're using sound to try to reach Amitabha Buddha. Yeah? Is that what you've been doing? You think you just recite the Buddha's name? That's it? Oh my God, you're so naive. Think Buddha listens, and there's so many sounds all over the Sahara world. They all are trying to get to the Pure Land. Aren't you? Okay. So how does Amitabha know? Yes, sir, 4.
Emitofuo Master, isn't thoughts also have language? How can there be thoughts without language? I feel like all the thoughts that goes in my head has a language. I can't imagine thought without words.
You are not a Native American. Isn't that what you go through? You think, and then you translate into Hindi, and then translate to English sometimes. When I first came here from Vietnam, when I wanted something, okay, I would be in French, and then translate into English, and then when the Vietnamese person there, from French or Vietnamese to me is very difficult. That's the natural process. You see yourself doing it, no? So that's the layering. Does it help?
Yes.
That's what happens very fast inside our brains. So that's why there are some people right now who plant chips and do those things. Okay. But if you meditate, you don't need those chips. Yes, YouTube.
Thank you, Master. We have a YouTube question from Diego Alfonso. Diego asks, Emitofuo Master, how about bodhisattvas? When they communicate with their shining light, do they have to think before?
They don't think the way we do. Okay, let me elaborate. The bodhisattvas think with their true mind. We think with our false mind. That's the difference. Okay, don't worry about the true mind. Your false mind is enough for you to see. It's very hot here today. Is that the heat is on? Or can we ventilate a little? Heat is on? Can we turn it off? It's off? But isn't there a thermostat? Okay. Hey, folks. Customer service. Okay, I know we're temples, but we're an American temple, not Chinese temple. Okay. Yeah. And open the windows a little bit to ventilate, whatever. Okay, fans, whatever. All right. Where were we? Are we through this concept of communications? Okay, so that bodhisattvas they don't necessarily function the same way as we do, not always. All right, and there's another point about this slide is that the ghosts and spirits all listen to me. Again, these are the good ghosts and spirits. It sounds bigger than it really is. Bad ghosts and spirits don't listen to him. That's life. And so it's because why would they listen to him? They listen to him for two reasons. Number one, if they're among the protectors, Dharma protectors of the temple, of course, their jobs is to carry out his decisions and support his decisions. They may disagree with it, but they have to support. They will support him. Okay, that's what they made a vow to do. Okay, they don't necessarily have to agree with him. Maybe for whatever reason, the lower ones would not be able to understand his rationale, and the higher ones would look at him and say, okay, you will learn yourself. Okay, so that's why their jobs, doesn't matter, will be to support him. And whereas the outsiders, the outside ghosts and spirits, for example, when you travel away from a temple, there are ghosts and spirits out there as well. They have their own territories as well. We have our own territories. Within here is our Dharma protectors. You come in here, you have to deal with them. All of them have to deal with our Dharma protectors. So they come here, they would listen, and we would have to follow the rules. And that's why we call it a way place. This is where we cultivate the way, and therefore you don't cultivate the way, we reserve the right to throw you out. And if you cultivate the way, you'll be tolerated, you'll be taught. But when we go outside our temples, then we go into different territories, and therefore we need to be cognizant of that. Be careful. Okay. Yeah. these ghosts and spirits outside do not necessarily listen to us. I don't want to brag about it myself. However, when I first arrived in Hong Kong and built Western Bliss Gardens, okay, and this is the next section. Yes? All right. Yes, you too.
Thank you, Master. We have a question from Jihong Sao. Jihong says, Master, how do we translate mind into Chinese, and how to translate heart? Or does false mind refer to the brain?
When you translate from English back to Chinese, when we say the word mind, then you simply use the word xin. That's all you do. Unless we specifically say false mind, that's when you say wang xin. Wang xin is wang xin or wang xin? Wang xin. Okay. Wang xin. If you say, so you don't have to worry about it because it's by design. The word mind and xin are meant to confuse you, to leave it unclear. But actually, it's the same thing. Whether it's Wang xin or Chen xin, is all the same, ultimately. Okay? If you understand, it's all the same. If you don't have wisdom yet, you need to separate them. Did I answer the question? It's important for translation purposes. Anyone else? Yes, 8. Turn on the power.
그 트랜슬레이션에 대한 거는 아니지만 마스터께 질문을 올리고 싶은 게 있습니다. 제가 이제 여기에 와서 그 많은 이제 수마에 빠졌고, 저는 원래 그 외국 여행을 할 때 그렇게 시차 적응하는데 그렇게 어려움이 있진 않은데, 여기 와서는 이제 엄청나게 많이 졸리고 하루에 반 이상을 잔 것 같아요. 그래서 여기 와서 아마 6월 8일 이후에 많이 잠을 잤고, 6월 9일부터는 그럼 어쩌다 보니까 이제 식사를 하지 않게 돼서 잠도 자느라고, 그러면서 그냥 내친 김에 단식을 해보면 어떨까 하고 단식을 하게 됐는데, 그 6월 9일부터 몸에 막 너무 가려움이 심하고, 여기 예불 하러 와서 새벽에 예불 하러 와서 가려움이 너무 심해서 푹푹 긁다가 이제 밑으로 내려가서 그 다음에 계속 자게 되고 그렇게 되더라고요. 그래서 지금 막 단식을 한 지는 3일 정도 됐고요. 만 72시간이 지났는데, 어제 제일 많이 힘들었습니다. 어제 기운도 아주 없고, 그리고 뭐 먹고 싶은 생각도 많이 나고 막 그랬었는데, 오늘은 어제보다 낫기는 한데, 제가 그 회복기를 가지자면 아마 13일까지 단식을 할 수 있을 텐데요. 만약에 지금 좀 마음이 왔다 갔다 합니다. 단식을 계속 할지 말지. 그리고 제가 이렇게 잠이 많이 자고 했던 게, 어제 생각해 보니까 아미타불에 대한 신심이 부족하고 아마 거의 없다시피 해서 그런 게 아닐까 싶습니다. 물론 저는 초심자긴 하지만 그런 이유 때문에 좀 그렇게 막상 이제 한국에서 여기까지 와서 그렇게 크게 의욕적이지는 않았던 것 같은 생각이 듭니다. 그래서 저의 그 신행에 있어서 좀 조언을 부탁드립니다.
Master, I have been sleeping a lot these days. I think I fell into some sleeping demon kind of state. So after I come here, usually when I travel, I don't sleep a lot, but after I'm coming here, I was feeling a lot of jet lag, and I feel like I'm sleeping more than half of the day. And suddenly I started to not eat starting from 6. And so this is my third day fasting, and I've been feeling very itchy. So today in the morning ceremony, I came up and I was scratching my body, and then I went down and slept again. So it has been 72 hours now. I was having a hard time yesterday. I had no energy. I wanted to eat a lot, but today I'm feeling better. And I'm wondering how many days I should do more. I'm staying here until 16th, but I'm considering my recovery time. I can do fasting until 13th. So should I do it or not? And also, I have one more thing that I've been thinking yesterday that my sleeping, it might be because of I have no faith to Amitabha Buddha. I'm a starter, but from Korea, I flew all the way to US, but I have no ambition and no faith. Maybe that's why I sleep a lot. So I ask for your opinion how to cultivate.
So this is the first time you practice with us?
Yes.
Or did you practice at our temples in Korea already?
In Korea, in Jeju Island, I participated in Shanxi for 3 days. This time it's the first time in Pochi.
Okay, very good. No problems in Jeju Island?
Jeju Island, no problem.
No problem. Now you have a problem.
Yeah.
And you have not been eating. Were you eating at Jeju-do?
Yes, I was eating.
That's why you had no problems. So clear now. Okay.
But in Jeju Island, at that time I was also very lazy.
You're lazy.
Yeah, I just participate in a few sections in a day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do 5 days and see what happens. I feel that you can do all the way to the 13th, as you said. But do 2 more days and see what happens. Okay? You'll make it. But we're cautious. We always do small increments, okay? And then assess again. All right? The itchiness is a good thing. Means that it's quite common. The toxins come out. It first becomes itchy, and then next it becomes red things on your skin. Okay, so it's just the beginning. So hopefully it will get worse.
Get worse.
Okay. As far as sleepiness, and you were sleepy yesterday, that's normal because you ran out of sugar. So that's why you were sleepy. Today, are you as sleepy?
Yes.
You're still sleepy, but not as much, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
And my itching sensation is getting better from dinner time, from maybe 5 p.m. every day.
From 5 p.m.?
Yes, or 5 p.m. also.
So it itches all day except until it's 5 p.m. Until what time?
Maybe it's the report time from 4 a.m. 4
4
a.m.
a.m.
to 4 p.m. also, 4 to 5 p.m. also.
Only 4 to 5 p.m. is no itchy. And after that, right now, are you itching?
From 5 p.m. to next early morning, I'm not so much itching. It's better.
Next what? Morning. Ah, okay. Then it's a good thing. Okay?
Pardon?
It's a good thing that you itchy only a certain time period, meaning during that time when you're not itchy, that your chi is stronger.
Yeah, for daytime and morning.
Okay. Very good. Or, all right, don't worry, everything is fine. Hang in there and work harder and harder and harder. You're Korean, so you're supposed to do that. We Americans don't have to.
But
Non-Koreans, you don't have to.
I'm a
You hear?
normal Korean.
Okay, take it easy. Okay, we're weak. We do it the weak way. The Koreans do it always the hard way. Okay? So either way, if you feel like American, you're in America, do American way, do American way. It's okay, you're doing fine. Did I answer all your questions?
How about Emitofuo thing?
What I mean, double thing. Faith in Emitofuo? I don't have faith in Emitofuo either. You think that you just have faith just like that? Come on. I was bored out of my mind with all these 14 1-yin chi at my master's temple for 4 years. You guys are weird. Because I saw them having no faith either. How can you have faith when you see nothing yet? At least, let me put it this way for you. In order for you to have faith, you must have a lot of blessings. You don't have blessings, you cannot develop faith. Okay, so this process you're going through is help you build blessings or help your good roots mature. That's what it takes. It's not going to happen overnight. And without the way our practice, unlike the other temples, you go either flat or you go like this. My master's temple is like this. That's why those two people took 3 years. Okay? They go like this. Or most temple is flat. Our style of practice is more chaotic. We're flat, we increase a little, and we go down, and go up, and then we leave. You never know what's going to happen. If you quit, then you never know. Okay? That is to teach you one thing. You don't need to understand. And that is a lesson that even bodhisattvas still have to get. Yes, 4.
Emitofuo Master, I also struggle with the same problem. And I think this afternoon I was like really bored. I was like dreading coming to the session. But then we went to Target to buy something. And after I came here, I told myself I'm just going to focus on the sound, because I was always thinking while chanting all the Pure Land, my belief and what it would be like and my relationship to Amitabha. So I kind of dropped all those things and just focused on the sound. But I thought I felt like I had a really good concentrated mind during the afternoon session. I don't know if that's the right way to do it or not. Just focusing on the sound and not worry about if I believe in what I'm chanting and all those things.
It's kind of too late for you not to believe or believe, isn't it? You signed up for a week, right? And your mom is here. Don't you feel like you have the obligation to put on a facade to encourage her? Huh? At least spend some spiritual time with her? Isn't that enough? Huh? She believes. See? So aren't you, in a way, acting like her Dharma protector? There's meaning to what you do. It's not just for yourself. I'm so proud of the fact you drove up here and put up with all this. It's a struggle for you. Okay? And that's normal. The harder it is for you, the more resistance. Okay? I see so many of you, you see the more resistance you have, okay? So this internal pressure you're building into yourself. And this is sudden teaching. The other is flat because it's pleasant. It's like this in my master's temples because that's their style. Chinese style right now is meant for having a no good, no advisor. It's chaos. That's what I faced after my master died. It's chaos for 4 years. So that's why you have to follow the recipe, like the Koreans. So they work very hard. If you do that, the small slope increase. We don't subscribe to that. We do everything we do flat. Okay, go shop at Target. That's flat. Okay, and that's perfectly part of the game. Okay, and then we work a little bit and say, "Oh, I'm so bored out of my mind." That, okay, is going up here, and then at the same time you're putting pressure on yourself, and that eventually something will happen. You don't have to understand. There's a process here that it's normal for you to try to make sense or understand. That's the nature of your makeup. Smart people, okay, you need to understand, okay? But if you have enough blessings to hang around, and not quit, in spite of the stress, the boredom, the noise, the chaos inside your mind, if you have the blessings, you will not quit. That's the measure for you. That's the nature of sudden teaching. Sudden teaching is not supposed to be smooth. Because if someone sits here like me temporarily, looks at you, and puts all sorts of pressure on you. All right? Good luck to you. Wei Mao. There's so many good things. I look at your mother and say, wow, she's happy here. She feels peaceful more than Wei Mao. I don't know why. Hey, Xin, do your job. Your temple. Okay? And so There's so many good things that's happening, okay? And you try your best and maybe think of it as, the time I put in for my mother. This is how we bond. Often you have that chance where she enjoys it and you just watch her. The roles are reversed. She used to do that for you, Don't get mushy on me now. Okay, anyone else? Okay, Wei Mountain.
Master, yesterday towards the end of lecture, you assigned us homework.
I'm glad you brought it up. I almost forgot. Okay. Time to turn in your homework. Everyone. Okay. Is the homework lady still there? Let's ask her again. What is your problem? Just in case, this is for the new people who are tuning in. Just take a minute for her to ask a question again, if she dares. If she doesn't dare ask a question, there's no problem to talk about. See? Go ahead, go for it, lady.
Dạ, con cảm ơn thầy. Con tưởng thầy quên nên con nãy giờ ngồi rất là hồi hộp, muốn hỏi lại. Dạ, vấn đề của con là hồi trước á, con chụp hình tự sướng rất là nhiều và con nhìn con rất là thích những cái hình đó. Dạo gần đây á, thì chụp hình tự sướng vẫn chụp nhiều, thấy đẹp hơn hồi trước, nhưng mà lại nhìn vô tấm hình đó thì lại không thích cái gương mặt đó. Nên con không biết là tại sao và không biết là con có làm cái gì sai hay không. Cảm ơn thầy.
Okay, this is going to be so hard to translate for you. Go ahead home. We all depend on you.
Oh, thank you, Master. I thought that you have been forgotten about my question. Therefore, I'm kind of nervous that wanted to ask the same problem again. So back in the day, I like to take selfies and I really like to look at myself in the picture. But nowadays, I also take selfie as well. But actually, my picture look better. My face look better than back then. However, I feels like there's a sense of boredom in there. And I don't know what's happening to me.
You missed one word in the translation. She says, she takes a selfie and she realized she's prettier. But she doesn't like the photo as much as before. All right? Yeah, the translation is very important. These details, the small details. Okay. People, I leave it to you. What's wrong? Yes, 6.
So, thank you, Master. I think it's a good thing for her. She's now start cultivating and so less vain.
She's what?
She started cultivating as a result. She's less vain.
Less vain.
So,
okay. A word of encouragement. You less vain. How's that? Next. Anyone else? When you dare ask questions in our temples, in these sessions, anything could happen. You could be praised, you could be criticized, you could be ignored, you could be yelled at, okay? Anything goes. Okay. No rules. Who else? That's it? The rest of you, turn in your homework. No one? Can we hear from a man?
We have some comments from Way Mountain.
Way Mountain comment. By all means, please.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Master. I think the...
Do you know her personally?
No.
You haven't met her yet. Blow up her photo on... This is what the selfie looks like.
You're referring to the very pretty lady at Gold Forest, Master?
There are lots of them, huh? You can't zoom in. Oh, shucks. Never mind. I promise I'll buy you a better camera in about 5 years.
So I think, I believe the problem that she's experiencing is that her ego is getting smaller, and it could prove very detrimental to her career as an Instagram influencer.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? What's the problem? That's what she's asking. What's wrong with me? She's worried. Is all you can say? Teji Sunim. What advice you have for her? They don't ask you these types of questions in Korea. You don't know. No need for translation. We understand you. Very good. Anyone else?
Master, we have one more comment from Way Mountain. Oh.
Okay, one more comment. Go ahead, Way Mountain. Another man, I'm impressed. Do you know her? Have you met her, sir? Number 7, Way Mountain.
Yes.
You saw her, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Speak.
Oh, I don't have a comment as of yet. I have a question. Clarification.
Is it related question or not?
Yes.
Unrelated? It's related. Then speak.
Related. Totally related.
And totally speak.
Clarification. Awesome. Is she bored of her face? Meaning, is she bored of looking at her face? Or does seeing her face no longer give her the joy she used to have? Those are two separate feelings.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it, lady.
Con không có dùng Instagram. Dạ, con muốn có một cái bình luận trước là con không có dùng Instagram với Facebook nhiều. Con rất là ít khi post, mặc dù là mình rất thích, tại vì sợ người ta không có like. Còn cái thứ hai đó của anh Dũng á, thì con thấy gương mặt mình nó có vui hơn trong bức hình, bớt dữ hơn, nhưng vẫn không thích. Có nghĩa là nhìn bức hình cái sắc diện nó tốt hơn, nhưng mà mình không thích cái diện mạo đó.
Hello, Master. Just for point of clarification, I do not use Instagram or Facebook. I really like to post the picture up there, but I'm afraid that nobody will click like. So second, to answer, I saw that my face looks very happier, more joy in the picture, less mean, less fierce. But the form itself, I don't like how I look at it. I just don't like the form that it's portrayed.
So you like your previous self better? Yes? Your previous photos, the old photos. You like the old photos better.
Dạ, hồi trước lúc chụp thì thích hơn nhưng mà bây giờ nhìn lại cũng không thích luôn.
So even she doesn't like the old photos either. Important detail. Okay? All right? Anyone? Seriously, I told you, I gave you homework and you came up with empty hands.
Con muốn nói thêm là cái hình cũ đó tuy là con không có thích nhưng mà con thấy nó có vẻ nó giống bản thân con hơn là cái hình bây giờ. Bây giờ nó có cái gì đó nó hơi khác, nó không có giống cái bản chất con người con. Có nghĩa là hồi trước nhìn đến rất là dữ hay nó sát khí nhưng mà lại thấy nó giống với mình. Còn bây giờ thì nó tuy là nhìn tốt hơn nhưng mà thấy nó xa lạ.
Sorry. I apologize. I want to add more is that when I look back in my old picture, I don't like it at all. It looks I have a killing fears in me.
It's
more closer.
Okay. Yeah, Sa-chi. Yeah,
This has a killing.
That's what I said. Okay.
And it feels like I'm being myself more. But nowadays, it looks less of the killing energy. It looks better, but it looks very strange to me, even though I admit that I myself look better in the picture.
Okay. Yes, in the back. We have 3 here contributing. Three.
Alo, dạ, Nam Mô Phật, con chào thầy. Con nghĩ những cái hình mà ngày xưa thì chụp qua những cái máy hình nó không có, nó thật hơn. Còn những cái hình bây giờ nó đã photoshop lại rồi, cho nên chắc có lẽ là cổ nhận thức được những cái hình đó không có đúng là của cổ. Vì thế cho nên cổ không có thích.
Okay. She has an explanation using technology.
Hello, Master. I think that back in the day, when you take a picture, those camera is more real. But nowadays, our picture has been photoshopped. It's been filtered. So that, therefore, I think she recognized that those pictures now look different from what she were before.
Very good. Jung from Go Force, who only have nice things to say nowadays to everyone, for some reason. Before he used to fight with everyone, now he likes everyone. What do you have to say to her?
Yeah, I think that...
Is that true, my comment about you, first of all?
I don't know. It still feel like you say that to somebody else, not me.
Okay.
Myself, I think I could be less engaged to other people nowadays than I used to.
I mean, less afflicted.
Less afflicted, yeah. And regarding to Tian's case, I think that the process of we cultivate, we look at ourselves. Gradually, we see less of the form in ourselves. We may see ourselves more in the eyes, and maybe that's something in the eyes, he doesn't like it. But on the form, on the facial, the skin and other is automatically less noticeably from us or from my case. Yeah, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see my grandmother, I see my father in there. I recognize a lot of my family in myself. Yeah.
So is it a good thing or a bad thing? I still don't get it.
I think it's a good thing. It's a process of the cultivation. Yeah, you don't spend too much time on the forms.
Okay.
You look at something, you look on the eyes. You spend more on the thing behind the forms. That
Okay. 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 You have anything to say?
Dạ, thầy, sau khi mà nghe anh Dũng nói đó, con có một cái suy nghĩ là giống như hồi trước á, con rất là cố để che đậy những cái phiền não trong người của con không có chấp nhận nó, cho nên là cái bức hình nó rất là sát khí và nó rất là giận dữ, nhưng mà nó không giống, dạ, nó không có nghĩa là bởi vì mình che đậy quá nhiều. Còn bây giờ có vẻ như là khi con muốn cởi mở hơn, sống thật với bản thân mình hơn, thì khi mình sống thật mình cũng không thích cái sống thật, cái bản chất khi mình sống thật như vậy, có nghĩa là cái tính của mình khi mình sống thật luôn. Có vẻ con nghĩ là vậy.
Hello, Master. After listening to Yong, I have a thought about myself. So back in the day, I usually cover up my afflictions in myself. Therefore, the picture seems to have a killing energy or there's an anger in there. But nowadays, I started to open up more and live truly to myself more. Therefore, I also dislike my nature, my true self, and the fact that I live true to myself. Therefore, so I thought that's the case.
So that's why she doesn't like herself, or she disapproves of what?
Giống như là trước kia con nghĩ con là người tốt, nhường nhịn mọi người, con be nice với tất cả mọi người, thì con cover cái.
Okay.
Bây giờ thì con thấy giống như là ai con cũng khó chịu, hay là con đánh giá mọi người, thì bây giờ thì con lại không thích cái tính đó.
So it's like back in the day, I trying to be nice to others, be yielding and be tolerate more to everybody, not to cover my afflictions. But nowadays, it's like I am more annoying, unpleasant, and judging everybody. So that is the thing that I don't like about myself.
Yes, 3 in the back.
Hello. Oh yeah. Không biết là em hay là chị Tiên hả? Go first. Nhưng mà em nghĩ là maybe it's a matter of growing pains. Sometimes when we change, we are uncomfortable with the change in ourselves, and we're still getting used to who we are or who we're becoming. So có thể là maybe chị đang thay đổi trong một cái hướng nào đó, nhưng mà chị chưa có quen cái cách nhìn đó hay là cái cách thay đổi đó, cho nên nó mới uncomfortable. Nhưng mà maybe cho thời gian thì mình có thể quen, and then mình có thể là nhìn thấy cái đó nó là thiệt với mình hơn. That's just what I think.
Okay.
So Master, I apologize. I think she speaks both English and Vietnamese, so I will try my best to relate all. So she said that maybe whether you see that your body is changing in a direction, sometimes it is uncomfortable, but you just gotta have to get used to the uncomfortable feeling to allow it to grow in that way and get used to it.
Okay. Did you have anything to say? 6.
Thank you, Master. Because it cannot zoom in, so I'm not sure I met her before or not.
You met her before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you come
I cannot see her very clear. So, based on what she said, I think she changed. She just changed. Her face changed, and her hobbies changed. I think take a selfie is like a hobby. I take a lot of pictures of my cat, and I show to others. I know it's attachment.
It's like a cat?
What? My cat.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's like your cat? She's like your cat?
No. I mean, she take a selfie. It's a hobby. My hobby is
Okay, so like
picture
taking
of my cat.
Okay, you
Yeah.
like take photos of your cat.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand Chinese logic.
Oh, okay. It's like a hobby, and she hobby changed. She's not enjoying to take a. She's not enjoying selfie anymore. I think it's a good thing, and both change happened to every cultivator. I think it's a good thing. It's to me, for me, if I have no interest in take a lot of picture of my cat, I'm happy with that, because I recognize it's an attachment to my cat.
Okay.
But I also want to see. It's not necessary to look back. I did a lot of stupid things before. I just look at how my my current how to say who am I? If I satisfy with myself now, and if not, I can change in the good way. So I think it's useless to looking back and think about why I'm look like that before.
Okay.
So I still not get what her point was.
I don't
bother
either.
her.
That's what I'm trying to fish.
Okay, that's what I want.
But for you, I'm curious now, because you said you took photos of your cat. Over time that you've been here, all the time you've been here, have the photos changed? The cat photos changed? Like in her case here, where the cat looked prettier?
Should be, because he take a refugee from you, Master.
Good answer. Good answer.
He's cute.
Okay, it's interesting. You see, you need to spend time clarifying. Ask for clarifications, because what she described is not clear, because maybe she's not clear herself. Okay, so part of your skills in problem solving and helping others is, before you jump with both feet in, ask. What is it? What is the problem? Okay, and we don't necessarily know how to solve it, but at least you need to find out what's troubling people. To me, it's always interesting. Okay, yes, go for it.
Dạ, kính thưa thầy. Đây con thì con biết Tiên từ hồi lúc mà con nhìn thấy Tiên từ lúc Tiên mới đến đây, thì con thấy là Tiên càng ngày càng xinh hơn, dễ thương hơn, gọi là in a very good way. Thì riêng con thì con nghĩ chỉ là tại Tiên chưa quen với cái con người mới của Tiên thôi. Nhưng mà đến với time, Tiên sẽ tìm thấy, và cái đó Tiên sẽ nhận thấy là cái sự thay đổi của Tiên sẽ đem lại cho Tiên cái peace and happiness hơn. Chỉ có thời gian thôi. Yeah.
Wow, no wonder her customers like her so much.
Thì khi mà con mới thấy bản thân con thay đổi đó, cái gương mặt thay đổi á, thì con cũng rất là vui, rất là thích. Có nghĩa là mình thấy mình cũng đẹp hơn, mình thích. Nhưng mà chỉ có gần đây, có nghĩa là 1-2 tuần gần đây đó, thì nó khác. Có nghĩa là cái đẹp đó nó có một cái gì đó mà con giống như nó hơi quá thật với cái bản chất của con người con hay sao đó, mà con cảm thấy con không có thích. Có thích nữa. Nên con cũng không biết nói làm sao cái cảm giác của con, nên con cũng xin lỗi thầy.
Okay.
Hello, Master. There's two respond. One from the lady answering Tin question. She said that, "Hello, Master. I met Tin the first time when she first came to the temple. So gradually, I've seen that Tin become prettier and better. So maybe probably that she has not been get used to her self, her body, the new self of her. So give it the time to adjust and to the change, and gradually she will find peace and happiness inside of her. And Ting response is, at first when I see my face change structure, I felt very happy. I really like it. But then about a couple of weeks from now, nowadays, I felt that beauty has changed, that it become so true to my true nature, myself. So that's why I don't like it. Maybe I don't know about how I feel, so I apologize for that.
Okay, anyone else? No one else? Yes, Way Mountain.
Sorry, I forgot what I'm trying to say.
You forgot. All right. And also, I want to go to JMT and ask Jumi, is she there? You don't have such problem, do you?
들리세요? 네. 혹시 산호세에서 질문하신 분이 지난 사리 전시회 때 왜 젊은 커플 아름다운 두 부부 중에 한 분이시 맞으신지 먼저 여쭙고 싶고요. 맞아요?
상욱씨, we cannot hear you.
Pastor, I want to ask you first, is the lady who asked a question, is the someone who during the relics are very beautiful, one of the couple in the relics?
산호세에 두 아름다운 젊은 부부가 왔었어요. 한 분이 한란가 그분이고 한 분 이름 잘 모르겠는데 혹시 그 다른 한 분인지 네, 일단 먼저 여쭙고 싶고요.
There are two beautiful couples from San Jose at the time. One is Han, and I don't know the other person's name.
Probably. What's your point? I'm talking about you. You have such problems.
죄송한데 질문 어떤 주제에 대해서 질문하고 있는지 사실 기억이 안 납니다.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what we are talking about.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just checking, that's all. See, you weren't following. Okay. Wei Mao. See, lots of people have different opinions.
Hello, Master. Before I say my comment, there is a request from Way Mountain Jung. He's requesting if she could show her phone to, like her selfie photo of the phone, come to the camera and show us. So I got, that was a request put on.
Okay, fine.
And then, so my comment.
But when she shows a photo, don't post on Instagram. But if you do, you must like it. Okay, yes? Are you done? 9?
Oh, me? Oh, my comment, I'm just gonna be yes. I agree with the lady earlier saying that she's going through a process of change, and there's uncertainty and fear. We don't know what's going on. That's one thing. The other thing is just BSing thing. Please don't take it too serious. Maybe she's getting attacked by depression. That's my
Okay,
impression also.
okay. Have you found yourself prettier?
Who is that talking to?
You, 9, yeah.
Me and I? Oh, depending on master. When the
Depending?
coding goes through, yeah, when it goes really well, I sit really well. I spend a good day at the temple. I find myself looking really pretty. And when I'm
So after you spend a good day at the temple, you look at yourself in the mirror?
yes.
How do you know? How do you know? I'm curious. This lady, she takes her selfie so that... How do you know you look pretty after you have a good day?
It just looks, the face
Be
looks
careful, Sage is right behind you. She understands everything we talked about.
it's just looking happier. But then, Master, when I am afflicted or when I'm sick, when I'm depressed, I look at my face, it looks like a ghost.
Interesting. Okay, very good. YouTube comment. Oh, interesting. Now the YouTube, yes.
Thank you, Master. From Jihong Cao. Jihong says, because of your, speaking to the lady, because of your cultivation, your heart is kinder, so your face is prettier. As an old saying goes, your facial appearance comes from your heart. You are not so indulgent in looking at your appearance because your attachment to self has decreased thanks to cultivation.
And what's the Chinese phrase for that? For, huh?
Well, in English, as the old saying goes, your facial appearances come from your heart.
So what's a Chinese expression? Yes, 6.
相由心生。
相由，由是什么由
？From。
相由心生 ，OK， OK， 牺牲的生 ，not， don't disagree. Okay, all right, very good, excellent. So you all have positive messages for her. All you think is pretty good, right? Yeah, everyone? Okay. Can I have my slides, please? I want to tell you I did my homework too. And since we have a international audience here, I quoted something from the Hindi language. Would you like to, sir, would you like to do the honor, please? Number 4. How do you say this in Hindi?
Master,
so ask your mom then.
My Hindi is not very good, Master.
Ask your mom. Can she read this?
She is also not very good in Hindi.
She's not good in Hindi. Yeah. Okay, try your best.
Narcissus.
That's Hindi, I think. Okay, Narcissus. Okay. And I know some of you have a clue already. Huh? Now I got your attention, didn't I? You were so bored. So, what has to do with the Dharma? Come on. Take a break. Okay? And it's connected to this flower. How do you say it in Hindi? Narcissus fool. I've been practicing all afternoon, let me tell you. Okay? It's narcissus flower. And what flower is this? Anyone? I wanted you to, to be multidimensional, just like Dharma. I want to go to feeling, I want to meditate. This is a multicultural experience. What flower is this? Louder. Ding, 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 ding. Daffodil, which is the flower of Narcissus. Okay? And this Narcissus is a very famous concept, it's famous Greek mythology. Narcissus. Narcissus was born from some, there's children here, so I'm not going to mention it. They're born, and at a young age, he is so handsome. Okay? And typically, children, when they're younger, they're handsome. That's normal, by the way. I've seen so many children, boys. I saw a boy in particular, Liu Mountain Temple, so handsome. The daddy is handsome. The mom is gorgeous. So that's why he's born so handsome. Really, really so handsome. I look, wow. And like 5 years later, he became so ugly looking. I mean, look at him, what happened to you? See, Chinese wisdom. Very good. And so Narcissus, when he was born, he was so handsome. And when he grew up, he was even more handsome than before. Okay? So one day he walked by a pool of water, and he's thirsty, so he wanted to take a drink. When he bent down and saw his own reflection, and he fell in love with himself. Okay? And he said, wow, this creature is so beautiful. And then when he realized that he cannot have that creature, he killed himself. End the story. That's my answer. You don't get it? You want me to elaborate? First of all, it's interesting that this lady puts her out there. She says, I like to take selfies just for myself. And look at my selfies, I like this. Okay? It's a narcissistic behavior, isn't it to you? Yeah? And then she dares talk about it, okay? And how many of you would be willing to do that? Only someone with that kind of attitude would not mind, okay? And so it's not a criticism. This is how we are wired. We are wired differently, okay? And that's part of our learning process. To recognize that we wired differently, is no need to judge them. less you will be judged. That's Catholic wisdom. Okay? How do you say that, Sharon? No, I want it in Catholic verses. Forget it. A long time ago? Okay. Why? Okay. So, you see, that's what we do. The Dharma is not about talking. It's about part of this is the Dharma as well, because we put you through the test and see who's going to quit, who's going to complain, okay? And what you're going to do about it, okay? And so, kudos to her for putting her out there and say, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this will happen to me. Okay? It takes bravery. It takes a certain kind of, courage to do that, okay? Because, many of you judged her already, didn't you? Yeah? This one here from Chicago judged her. Yeah? See? That's what happens. When you dare put yourself out there, it takes strength and courage, folks. But this is the right environment. It's okay to be yourself. Okay? I would not do it out there because once people judge you, it takes a lot of effort to undo that. Okay? And so she took selfies because she liked to look at herself. It's a narcissistic tendency, a habit. I like this. Okay? So that's how she is. And through the practice, she's been practicing, and she's not the only one who noticed of the change, a physical change. Okay? And when she took for the selfies again, she said, wow, I am prettier. I like this. Okay? So in a way, it's a good thing. But then what she's worried about is the last few days, last few weeks or so, even. And she says, this is not me. Because before, my true self is that I have this sha qi, I have this killing energy. Huh? Because in English we call it aggression, aggressive behavior. But in Chinese, it's much more precise. It's sha qi. I want to kill you. Killing doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be like a physical thing, but actually the meaning of killing sha qi is that I want to hurt you. Okay? And it doesn't have to manifest into physical behavior, but also in the mind. Because when you judge people, okay, you are already hurting them. One day you see that. And she says, that's how I've been all my life, okay? The physical thing outside, okay, it is consistent with how I feel inside. The sha qi, okay? The aggressive, okay, behavior. But now I look at it, okay, I see a nicer, a prettier face, but I don't see the sha qi anymore. That's not me. What happened to me? Am I correct so far? I'm asking you.
Dạ đúng này.
So you worried about it. What happened to me? I'm no longer my previous self. Yes? So is it me? Have I lost myself? Where did I go? Is that the true me? Yes?
Cũng như là con có một cái conflict, đó là hồi trước thì con lại thấy con tự cảm thấy tính con rất tốt nhưng hình thì lại rất dữ. Còn giờ thì nó ngược lại, có nghĩa là mình thấy mình xấu hơn trước nhưng mà hình nó lại đẹp hơn, cho nên nó con.
Now she's saying that yes, physically I look better, but actually I'm more judgmental. I look at people and dislike people more, and I'm a lot more judgmental inside. Yeah, before I was nice, but I lose my temper. I'm very aggressive, especially when my boyfriend displeases me. Okay, I let them have it. Okay, but now I don't say I'm a lot nicer outside, but actually I judge people more inside. Yes, I disapprove more. I have bad news for you. You regressed. So what's wrong? That's what happened. I told you, it's no guarantee you improve. You improve a little bit and then you regress. And then, hopefully. No? Yes, someone disagrees with me. Six.
Thank you, Master. I think one possibility maybe she's more aware. For example, actually, I become more aware of how judgmental I am. So that's, it doesn't, I don't think I'm more judgmental than before. I'm just more aware of my, the dusts.
Very good, JMT.
마스터 말씀하신 거에 반대하는 건 아니고요. 이럴 가능성도, 또 다른 가능성은 뭐냐면 수행을 해서 좀 더 많이 보이고 더 지혜가 생기고 더 빨리 인식하게 돼서 일시적으로 더 그렇게 좀 더 좀 비판적이고 좀 판단적일 수 있다고 생각하거든요. 네.
Master, as she cultivates, she can see more. She has more wisdom. So temporarily, she can recognize her judgmental mind.
그래서 마스터 말씀을 반대하는 건 아니고 그렇기 때문에 수행에서 진전해서 지혜가 늘어날수록 자비심도 같이 발전을 시켜야 다른 사람에 대해서 좀 더 비판하는 마음이 줄어들 수 있지 않을까. 그냥 감히 생각을 해봤고 마스터 말씀에 반대하는 건 절대 아닙니다. 이상입니다.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Master. As we progress, we have to develop our compassion so that we can reduce our judgmental mind.
Okay. So here's what happened. Before, like most of you who first come to the temple, you are conditioned by the social customs. You're supposed to be nice. You're supposed to get along. You're supposed to be polite. Sounds familiar? That's what you're supposed to do. Okay? So outside, you are nice. You're well behaved. You get along with people. People accept you. Yes? That's how we are conditioned to do. But as you cultivate, you feel less and less inclined to follow the norms. You become more relaxed. Okay? So what happened before for her, but in particular, is that she could behave. This happened to a lot of people, not just to her. This has happened to the average people. They're taught, they're conditioned, they learn to be accepted. But when they are afflicted, that's when the true self comes out. That's what she said. I was nice and pleasant. I do lose my temper, and my killer instinct comes out. Okay, and that's me. And that's how I've been my entire life. All right, and now all of a sudden, after less than a year of intensive cultivation, she came over a year ago, but didn't take it seriously. Somehow recently, she decided to take it a lot more seriously, and she realized, and it showed in the face. She changed. She changed in a sense like the Chinese say. What's it again? 相由心生. Okay, that means that the appearance originates from the mind's sacrifices. Very good. See, the Chinese agree with me. The Chinese agree with my Chinese. The original meaning is that your appearance comes from, is produced from your mind. That is Chinese wisdom. Okay? That's what happened to the boy that I told you at Lu Mountain Temple. He was so handsome, let me tell you. Even better looking than, I don't know who you like. What is it? Who do you like? Okay. Who do you like? You see, Murali likes, what he likes is different from you. He likes them. Bollywood, okay? All right, so, but later the parents became very aggressive. The parents became so unpleasant, okay? And the kid picked it up. And the facial expression changed. It's amazing. It looks so ugly. It's amazing to me. That was such a wake-up call for me. To see that happen is so fascinating. Okay? Because the parents' behavior on your value systems has a great impact on your children, a lot more than you think. Okay, and so my change on the Chinese wisdom is, I say, your appearance is from the sacrifices you make. Okay, meaning that it's an explanation of why she became prettier, because she sacrificed something. She made some sacrifices. That's why not just herself, but people also notice, like the lady in the back who said, yes, I do notice that you are prettier. The lady in the back, she goes to the temple, she observes people. She, oh, you changed. Oh, you changed. And Master Z regressed. That kind of thing, you know. And so she is a proof of no. And so for her, that the adapted translations for her, the appearance changed because of her sacrifices. She sacrifices something, part of which is her sa-chi, her killer instincts. She doesn't feel compelled to kill anymore. Okay? Before, it's aggressive. She would yell at her boyfriend. Ask the boyfriend, he'll tell you. Okay? And when she's got upset, see, I don't have to talk to him. I look at it, I know it already. Okay? And when she gets upset, instead of American will learn to beat up on a pillow. No, she goes to her boyfriend. I don't like this. Someone yelled at me today. My boss was so mean to me. My customer, and so forth. Yeah. And she gave it up. So the sa-chi is what she gave up. And that's why the face changed for the better. Okay? So sacrifices comes in terms of sacrificing the good as well as sacrificing the bad. When you cultivate, you're sacrificing the bad side of you. Naturally. And you do that, your heart changes, and naturally, and you notice that many of our women became prettier. Men become more ugly. Because we are asuras. Okay? Because like the asura world, women are very pretty, men are very ugly. Yes, go for us.
Dạ, thưa thầy, con rất là cảm ơn cái lời bình luận của thầy, nhưng mà cũng rất là khó để mà có dịp cho con để mà nói nhiều như vậy. Con có cảm giác là cái sự hy sinh mà thầy nói của con có cái tính toán trong đó. Có nghĩa là cái đẹp trong cái hình của con đó nó hơi gượng ép, có nghĩa là nó không có natural, nó không có đẹp một cách tự nhiên, mà nó giống như con vô chùa con được học là phải sống thật với bản thân nhiều hơn. Thì cái sống thật của con hiện tại bây giờ nó giống như là ok, giờ muốn mình sống thật mình phải biểu hiện là mình sống thật. Có nghĩa là nó có một cái gì đó nó tính toán, nhưng mà cái tâm con nên con không có thể nhìn thấy nó được. Con chỉ thấy là tất cả mọi việc con làm, từng cái lời con nói hay là nó đều có cái sự tính toán đằng sau mà con không có nhìn thấy được. Con chỉ muốn...
Okay, well, she's dissecting everything. How interesting. Only Narcissus would do that. Cornelia, you like this too much. Sure beats her work, huh?
Emitofuo, Master, I am very thankful for your comment. Actually, it's very hard for me to say all of this, and I also feel that my sacrifice that Master is talking about has some calculation in there. So the beauty seems like is forceful. It's not natural. It's like when I agree that when we go to the temple, we are taught to stay true to ourselves. So in order to stay true to ourselves, we have to show something. So I feel there is a calculating inside of my mind that in every action that I do, there is a calculation, but then I could not quite see it.
Okay. So you prefer to be back to the old self. You prefer the old afflicted and the old aggressive, the old The old one with the killer instinct where you're true to yourself. Yes? Yes, okay.
Dạ, giống như là con bị cố gắng quá mức để mà nhìn ra cái bản chất của mình, cho nên nó bị có một cái gì đó con cũng không biết nữa. Nói chung con cũng không biết là con giống như bị mất phương hướng. Có nghĩa là khi mà mình cố làm một cái gì đó quá mức, khi mình quá tham thì nó bị...
Very good. But you prefer to get the old self back?
Không.
You don't? Now I'm confused. You complaining you like the old self better because it's the true self. Now this self here is false. Make up your mind. You want me to fix the old problem or the new problem?
Dạ, con nghĩ là cái new problem, tại vì...
Okay. Never mind. I got it. Okay. This is very good because cultivation, is about, the way we cultivate is about looking at ourselves. Whatever people talk about us, say about us, doesn't matter much. Ultimately, it's about us learning to look at ourselves. And then, are we willing to sacrifice the ickier stuff inside ourselves? Okay? Because when you're able to look at yourselves, you naturally will select the good, to throw away. It's not about keeping the good ones. It's about throwing away whatever you don't like. Okay? Most people, ordinary people, especially successful people in the world, they're successful because they are rewarded for knowing how to look at outside of themselves, not inside of themselves. It doesn't pay to look at inside of yourself. And that's why successful people tend to be very unhappy. And I can't say that 100% of the time, but the successful people I've seen, they're so unhappy. Because they, when they're unhappy, they don't realize that unhappiness comes from inside, not from outside. The happiness that comes from outside is only temporary. It will not last. That fancy glass of wine that you spend so much money buying at a bottle, will only give you pleasure for so long. And after that, it's all in your mind. The real pleasure is not very long. The rest of the pleasure is self-fooling. And they torture themselves thinking about it. Yearning for it. And they see, so I know I enjoy life. I know I experience things that you don't experience. But don't realize it's actually self-torture. So what you're learning here with Mahayana, American Mahayana in particular, is we put you in touch with yourself for you to decide. It's not about sitting full lotus. It's only an exercise for you to help you look at yourself and make and learn to make the right choices. When you make the right choices, good things happen to you. That's what happened to her. No one ever could tell Narcissus what to do. He has his own mind. He has his own priorities. Okay? And that's how he lived his entire life. What kind of ending did he have? Not remarkable at all. Okay? That's what happened to ordinary people. They're always looking outside and base their happiness from external things, where you are learning to look inside, okay? And when you learn to look inside, you'll find things you don't like. If you are serious about improving yourself, you naturally will drop the things that you don't like. That's how you improve. And only you know that. It's not meant for anyone else to praise you or to reward you on that. That's why it's called cultivation. It's a private thing. It's your personal life. That's how you choose to live your life. Being true to yourself. Not worried. Not let others dictate how you should behave. She grew up in the typical Asian culture where she's supposed to behave a certain way, okay? And that's how we all live. We all are conditioned to conform to others' expectations of us. Not just in Vietnamese culture, definitely more so in Korean culture, Japanese culture. It's horrible to me when I see how the Japanese are so much more demanding that you integrate, you conform, than the Korean culture. Westerners don't have this problem. We are chaotic, okay, with too many cultures. So that's how she, going back to her case, that's how she got there, because when she looked at herself, she saw things she didn't like, she dropped them, and that's why it manifests itself, because of those sacrifices. I assure you, for her, it's sacrifices. She liked herself too much. Narcissus. Okay? That's why, for her to get there, she had to make these sacrifices. Okay. Yes, go for it.
Thầy, con cảm ơn thầy rất là nhiều. Con chỉ muốn rõ cái chỗ này thôi. Có nghĩa là khi con thấy cái xấu của mình đó, thì nếu mà con drop nó liền, con không nghĩ là con drop được, mà giống như là con bỏ chạy, thì con có nên là chấp nhận mình cố thấy cái xấu đó trước, rồi khi nào bỏ được thì bỏ không? Tại vì nếu bây giờ con thấy xấu quá, con sợ quá, con kiếm cách khác hay con kiếm gì khác để con quên nó luôn. Thì hình như cái đó.
I'm coming to that. You keep on jumping the gun. I'm trying to teach my students. Okay, because they've been complaining, why is it Master spend half an hour talking about this? Okay, it's past the allotted time already. It's important for you to understand this. I'm using this to explain to you the process that has been happening to you internally, without which you would not be able to make progress in our environment. You cannot do this, you're out of here. I'm warning you. All those people who left, they could not take it because they chose to keep the Ikea side. That's the nature of cultivation. Okay? Yeah. Yes, JMT.
지금 그래요? 들리세요? 네. 지금 안 그래도 지금 이게 단지 셀카 찍는다 나르시스트에 대해서 본문을 하신다고 번뇌가 있으신 분들이 계셔서 말씀드리는데 감히 이거는 마스터께서 수행이란 무엇인가, 진전을 어떻게 하는지 진전의 과정에 대해서 설명해 주신 거라서 저도 듣고 더 열심히 들어야 되겠다고 저는 생각했어요. 단순히 그냥 산호세의 어떤 분에 대한 질문이 아니라 전체 수행자를 대상으로 해서 수행이 무엇인지 진전의 과정이 무엇인지 설명해 주셨다고 생각합니다. 감사합니다, 마스터.
I don't think this question is only about the selfie or narcissist. Master is explaining about the process of our improvement, cultivation. So we have to listen this thing again and again.
Give me a chance to finish. Okay. Now, this is very interesting. To you, it's like most of you say, this is nonsense. It has nothing to do with me. Let me explain to you. The way she did it, she admitted to it. This is very good. She says, I got here because I schemed. I wanted to get something, and therefore I looked around, others did it, and that's how they got there. They told me what they had to do, so I did the same thing, and half-heartedly, not 100%, okay? But I got something out of it, okay? And she admits it. I don't need you to say anything, lady, I'm out of time, okay? Everyone, shut up. Okay? So she did it because she admitted she's scheming to get something. And that's a proof right there to you, okay? Even if you don't believe, 100%, you do it, you drop those icky stuff inside of you, you still get a lot out of it. That's a message. That's true for all of you. So depending who you are, you drop some, you get some. You drop more, you get more. That's all. Whether you scheme for it or not, okay, doesn't matter. It's like you traveling, okay? And you're told, you're going to be gone for a week only. You don't need to pack so much. Then you realize, maybe I don't need to bring my mink coat. That kind of thing. All you have to do is not do it, and you're better off. That's the nature of cultivation. Don't think we don't know. We look at you, he said, this is where you are. And in order for you to get there, there's certain things you need to drop. You need to make sacrifices. Okay? The abbots don't know it yet, but lucky for you, I know. They have to be trained on how to recognize you this level. For you to get further, you need to do certain things. Okay? Whether you know it or not, that's the process. If the abbots know more, then they can guide you on how to do it. Okay? Without telling you. That way you'll be able to have a sense of focus. Okay? So that's faster. That's the difference between incremental and sudden. They've been prepared already. They just don't know how to do it yet. Okay? In time, they will be taught properly. Okay? So going back to her case, she's been doing it because she says, you told me, I watch everyone, I talk to everyone, this is what you should be doing, and I like the way this person is, so I ask him, how did you get there? What did you do? Okay? And this is what you should be doing as well yourself. Okay? Because Your peers can be speaking Dharma for you. And so she did those things. That's how she got the changes and felt better, and she liked it. With your own words, from her own words, she said, I liked it. I don't want to go back. But now, that process of looking at yourself, she's now admitting that it's driven by greed. That's why I use this to tell you, you don't need to believe. Just do it. Because greed is good. Quoting someone from Wall Street. Okay? You can be greedy, and you'll be taught to drop the greed when the time comes. Don't think we don't know. We know. We're just patiently waiting. Okay? So, yes, she has a hard time expressing herself. I don't like myself. Now it comes out. I admit I'm greedy. It's actually I'm scheming to get there. I do this because I have a goal and so forth. That's normal. That's natural. Okay? You see, whatever he chose so far worked because she chose right to make the proper sacrifices. And she liked it. That not to her, but it happens to all of you. Otherwise, you cannot make progress. So the environment, very important, folks. You know, that it's not about you can read something in the books, okay? But in our circles, that the fact you're able to come to the temple and see others for yourself with your own naked eyes, or look at someone at DTT because they're able to zoom into your face. Okay, you can't hide. Okay, Go Force, they can hide. You know, you're gonna zoom in. So you don't want to be. You can hide. You go to Go Force. You don't go to DTT. You know, this is by design. I'm kidding. Okay, so it's natural. Natural. Yes. The short answer to her is that it's all natural. Don't worry about it. And of course, you have to be greedy initially. Okay, but it's your true self because she likes it. Does it help? So keep it up. That's all. Everyone, feel free to judge her. Anyone who has a narcissist complex should talk to her. Okay, thank you, everyone.